Hey guys, Brian Cusco here at Triple B, and I'm here with my buddy Ray at Euphoric Reptiles. He was kind enough to let us into his home, and we're going to check out some of his really cool leopard geckos, and he works a lot with piebald pythons, and we're going to check some of those out as well.
You're watching Triple B TV.
How did you get into reptiles?
Oh, it started with bugs actually. I want to say 8 years old. And I lived in an apartment complex. I went down below and I caught me a spider about the size of a $50, and I kept that in a little container as a pet. I would throw bugs in there, you know, watch him eat. I didn't know too much, but I had him for about 2 weeks. And I took him over to my cousin's house, had him in, you know, those little critter cages. Their neighbors lived behind them. And they came out and they're like, what do you got in there? You know, they're about the same age as me. And I showed them, I was like, it's a spider, you know, I found it in the bush, and this and that. It's like, we'll trade you for something. So they go run in the house, they come out, and it's a praying mantis. And he's like, we'll trade you for this. I was like, you serious? You want to trade this spider for that cool green looking thing? I was like, let's do it, you know? So we traded, and I took it home. I didn't know nothing about him. So I would tell my mom, hey mom, can I go downstairs? I gotta get some food for it, you know, for my bug. I didn't know the name of it. So I go run downstairs, I get leaves and grass and stuff like that. They eat bugs and stuff like that, and you know what happened to the poor little thing, you know, but that's pretty much where it started. I had a friend that lived in that same apartment complex, went to the same school as me down the block, and he was the guy that was crazy about reptiles since a little kid, and he's the one that kind of introduced me to that. We spent a lot of time at the riverbed catching frogs, lizards, and bringing them home. And at that point I was a little bit older, and he knew his stuff about reptiles, so he's the one that would teach me. You know, they eat mice, and then lizards eat crickets, and you know, beetles and stuff like that. Took off from there. I think by the time I hit 11, I had 12 to 15 different types of. I've had tarantulas, scorpions, geckos, iguanas, corn snakes. Corn snakes was my first snake that I actually, you know, bought and had. Besides the gopher snakes and stuff that I catch out in the wild, and eventually released because my mom didn't want them in the house. It took a while for her to get comfortable with it. I would share a room with my 3 brothers. See, I'd sleep on the floor, my 2 brothers on the 2 beds, and on the corner was where I had tanks and all kinds of stuff stacked up. And my dad said, this is getting out of hand, you know. Not that he was gonna make me get rid of it or sell it, but it turns out he started building a little shed outside. You know, I had the door, it was what do you call it, insulated and everything. Made shelves for me, and that was my little reptile room. Tiny, I mean, you barely stand in there, but it was just enough to keep all my reptiles in there. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool, man. It's awesome to have family support you like that.
Yeah, well, he's seen that I was real passionate about it, and it kept me busy caring for them, cleaning their cages, you know, because it takes some work, you know. I would go off and on and stuff. Once I had a family and kids and stuff, I had to put them first, you know, get them in a, you know, nice home, decent living and stuff. But I always thought about them, and, you know, watched YouTube videos and stuff like that until I finally got a stable home, and that's when my collections started growing.
This is a beautiful spot you got up here, man.
Thank you.
The view out of these windows is pretty spectacular, I gotta say.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful home. So you've done well.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it took a lot to get where I'm at. I put a lot of things on the back burner for a long time. You know, seeing everybody else around me having fun and doing this and having that, and it's like, I gotta focus on getting my kids that house. And I bought them a house not too long ago. It was about, what, 4 years ago I bought my first house. And it was when the market was low, so I was like, I gotta get in this. This is my chance. I ended up selling it. I didn't like the area, so I was like, we gotta get out of here. I gotta find something better. The outskirts of this town is where the nicer homes are at.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I had a nice time driving up here. I love a good drive. As you know, I like to drive on the road a lot, and so I can appreciate when I'm driving through a nice, beautiful area like this.
All the hills and fields and trees, it's nice. Yeah, and when we get rain, you know, we haven't been getting rain lately, but it looks really nice. All the mountains are green. It's nice.
We want to pull out some snakes, and we'll start
start with a gecko.
So look at that.
This girl here is a pied universe.
Pied Universe.
Giant, yeah. And she's the
giant leopard gecko, Pied Universe.
Yeah, that's why she's kind of got that long, slim body. She gets fed well because she has that chunky tail. But once she hits a mature age, she'll start to put some weight on her. But for now, she's just stretching out and growing. And you'll see the difference. She's still a baby, and I'll show you an adult right now, and you'll see the size difference.
She's still a baby?
Not baby. She's probably sub-adult.
Okay.
Yeah, she's getting there.
Okay, so they're bigger than your average leopard. That's why they call them a giant.
Yeah, yeah. There's the regular size giant, and then there's super giant.
So where does the universe come? Like what? I mean, I could see it's pied because it's got a bunch of white. I mean, there must be.
Yeah, it's the eclipse and the snow gene.
Okay. Well, so there's a lot of genetics going on with this.
Yeah.
This girl right here.
Yeah, so I even like the gecko pied stuff, not just the ball python. I mean the pied geckos as well. My male, he produced for me this season. So he's a Tremper Atomic G Project.
Dude, they're so cool. Like you're saying, I mean that's where the name Euphoric came from.
Yeah.
Having
was because the
little smiley face they have, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get them to smile at everybody.
Yeah, it'd be a cool shot. You look at them directly, they always got the little permanent smile on them.
Sorry, buddy, I just want to get you. I want to make you smile. It's not easy. Trying to get that, make him look up.
Yeah.
It's not a.
Alright, he's good. He's used to being handled.
There we go. I'll do this camera. Try to get that smile in there for you guys.
I just love it. They come in so many different colors, just like ball pythons, Yeah,
I'm glad we're showing these guys. I don't know anything about leopard. As common as they are in the hobby, I have very, very little experience with them. I mean, just the fact that they have eyelids, it just makes it seems like they have so much more personality compared to a snake, because they can blink at you and wink at you. And
that orange. Huh?
No, the orange is like, I feel like in snakes, that's a lot of times what a lot of people are trying to go for with these morphs, is really bring out that orange, because you don't have a lot of orange. It doesn't. Even when they start out orange as babies, they tend to get yellow. But this one, like you said, this started out more yellow and then it gets more orange, right?
Got it.
Yeah, so cool. And there's so little tongue coming out.
Yeah,
these are so cool, man. So we got father and daughter right here.
Yeah, beautiful, man. I love her. If he keeps producing stuff like that, I'm not gonna sell anything. Just end up keeping them all.
All right, I'll just let you guys do a little race. So cool, man. I don't get to play with things with legs very often. It's a whole different world for me.
Yeah, it's a lot harder because they can take off running. Snakes can't really do that.
Yeah, on the table they're just like slithering in place. They can't really move.
If they want to take off, they can take off. He's just cruising. Oh, here's a killer pie.
Dude. Look at that little saddle back there.
I love the low pied stuff. I mean the high white.
You're a high white guy, huh?
Yeah. Either 50-50 or high white.
And the colors inside that one saddle are crazy.
Yeah, I love how light they get.
It's like a calico cat kind of thing almost. It's like there's so many different shades of, like, each individual scale in there is like, you got peach and orange and like
little pastel colors. I love pastel colors.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait till she's old enough to breed to see what she produces. Not sure who I'm gonna put her with yet.
All right, but keep it under wraps. And pied, Pied is basically your focus is ball python stuff, right?
For ball pythons, I want to do about 80% pieds. For now, I'm just trying to grow my collection, and I'll probably hold back a lot of stuff that I breed. But later on, I want to try to create my own stuff. Yeah, for now, I'm just gonna be
just easing into it, taking it slow, taking it easy.
Yeah, pretty much just want to produce stuff that I'm really into. 'Cause I open these tubs and I got a smile every time. I love them.
That's cool, man. I got a lot of respect for people that take it slow and raise up babies and go from there and just kind of work their way into it slowly, and not just trying to buy a bunch of breeding females and produce things they can sell. And
the thing with the adults with me is I don't know them, and I had gotten a adult pastel female. I had traded her for a few leopard geckos. I didn't like it, because I didn't raise her. It's kind of weird. Like, I didn't know her. I had to take a little bit to get to know her.
I know exactly where you're coming from because I do the same thing, man.
So this guy here is a pastel yellow belly. I love the bright yellow on them.
Pastel yellow belly. The yellow belly is such a crazy gene. It's like, it has subtle changes, I feel, but when you get into the right combos, man, it just really gives it gives it that extra. I've always had a hard time, to be honest, identifying yellow belly and pied. I've seen plenty of videos showing how to do it, but like, I've got a pied at the house right now that I thought was maybe the father was possible to be yellow belly.
Yeah.
And because it was a coral glow pied, possibly yellow. In the coral glow, it's a lot harder to see. But a couple of normal pieds came out, and I was so convinced that they were maybe yellow belly, but
because they're so orange.
It's so orange, and even having like this little speckling going on down here in the lower part of the pattern. But after looking at this boy right here, I don't think mine's yellow belly.
Yeah, he's a quality ball python. So here's a pinstripe pied head albino.
Dude, look at the color on this thing, man.
The orange, huh?
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm hoping to produce some more pinstripe pies and albino pinstripe pies with that girl.
Hey, you guys seen the colors coming out of this thing? Look how deep that orange is.
Yeah, it's super nice.
It's wild. I mean, you handpicked this, obviously. You went searching around looking for something that...
I've seen a lot of pinstripe pies. I was looking for one, and none of them looked like this one.
Yeah.
I had to get it. And it was albino, so I got to pick this girl up.
I don't think I've seen...
I got her and her sister.
I don't think I've seen a pinstripe pie that looks like this, man.
It's beautiful.
A little feisty, too. Look at that head stamp.
Yeah, she's getting better, but she's a little firecracker. Every time when I first got her, I'd go by her tub and she'd just be, I hear thump, 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 thump. He's just trying to get me.
She probably eats really well.
Yeah, the first day I got her, she ate.
I don't know.
I usually don't try to offer food until about 4 or 5 days, and it was a feeding day that day, and a few of my snakes didn't eat. So I said, you know what, let me give it a shot. You know, and she might take, and sure enough, just ate right away.
This is cool, man. This is why I love what I get to do, like going around checking out other people's snakes, because it's like gives me a whole. Every time I see somebody else's snake, it like gives me a whole new appreciation for. Yeah, it's one thing to cruise around online and check them out, but when you actually get to go and see them in person, it's like it's mind blowing. Oh.
So I got this guy for the orange on him.
Is this just straight coral glow pied?
Yeah, just bought him as just a coral glow pied. Actually, he said it could be a possible yellow belly. Okay. But he was sold to me as a coral glow. But yeah, I seen the orange on him, and I told him, can you send me another one? You know, because just to make sure that those colors were really on the snake, and he sent me a few other pictures, you know, where they look just normal shots, and I said, yeah, I gotta have them. Yeah,
the orange coming through, like you said on this guy, is just, whew, it looks like a sherbet, like sunset thing. The fading, the way it fades from the yellow on the top to the orange to the purple. This thing, he's got some real, the purples that are outlining the saddles there. It's definitely got a unique look compared to a lot of the coral glow pies I've seen. So you can tell that when you're looking for your snakes, you're definitely putting some thought into the detail of the snake that you're getting.
Yeah, because you gotta be really excited about it, you know, and I'm crazy about every single one I have, you know.
Well, I hope I'm doing a good job of capturing the colors on this animal, because leave a comment down below if you can see the colors on this pied that I'm seeing. Let me know. Can you see what I see?
So these next ones.
Is this grand finale?
Yep.
I figured
save the best for last. You know, top favorite pied is the dreamsicle, and you guys all know how much the dreamsicles go for. And I can't afford them, so I had to get myself a pair of some hats, lavender hat pieds.
Beautiful, man. I love the outlining on lavenders. That's something I really hope that we can capture on camera. The outlining on the alien heads, like the neon highlighting that, you know, what we can see right here, what we can see in person. Yeah. It's like easy to see once you're in person, but on camera you can never quite pick out just these little highlights that surround the alien head.
It reminds me of like the reflector vest.
Exactly.
The way it
pops
like that.
Yeah, lavender pies are sweet, man. I have no lavender stuff at home. I'm gonna have to change that at some point, but maybe you can help me with that. I'll wait for when I'll be
I got you.
one of your first customers on a dreamsicle.
This is the only way I could get one. Is we got to get some heads and produce them myself, because they're pretty pricey. I wish I could get one.
Nothing wrong with producing them yourself, man.
Yep.
It'd be probably that much more rewarding to produce one yourself than having to pay. You know, if you fork out the money for it, then you got one, yeah. But to actually produce one yourself, then.
Yep.
I really appreciate you having us over, man.
I'm glad you came over.
Thank you, bro. It's looking, that's some good shit. I'm speechless. It's a freaking killer snake, man.
Thanks, man.
There's gonna be some good babies coming out of that.
I love that, man. I don't get too many people that come by that appreciate, you know, these animals the way I do, you know. I love getting that kind of reaction.
Leave a comment down below if you can see the comments. If you can see the comments. Say like the worst thing possible you could imagine happens on video, like that you would think would be the worst thing to happen for you happen on video. I just don't put that in. I don't know what that would be for you. You know, maybe it's like you laugh at a big thing of snot blows out your nose. It'll drop on your face. Yeah. That's easy. Just like that.
Man,
we're
that's
done.
Cool. Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No.
I was real nervous.
I could have made it worse for you, trust me.
I'm glad you didn't.